A very good morning to everyone. In our today's session, we will start with the unit number 2. The title of that unit is Classes and Objects, Constructor and Destructor. In this chapter, we are going to complete the concept of classes and object. But before going to switch in the topic classes, I would like to revise or repeat whatever the things we have covered inside the C language regarding the structure. So in today's session, I am going to show you 3 programs that is related with the structure. So let us start with the definition of structure. What is structure? We can say it is a kind of user defined type. It is a kind of different data types. How? Let me take one example regarding the structure. See, if you are going to store the information regarding the student, right? At that time, what are the fields you need to have inside the student? Say for example, roll number, then name, because every student has a roll number, then they have a name, then city, then say for example M1, M2, M3, total, percentage. So these all are the information which is related with the student structure. The second example is related with the employee. Suppose you are going to store the information regarding the employee. At that time, every employee has employee code, then name, then city, then salary, HRA, TA, DA, PF, net salary. So these all are the fields which is related with the student, and these all are the fields which is related with the employee. So what is the use of structure when you are going to collect the information regarding the particular topic? At that time you can get the fields related with that particular table, and you can store that data inside the particular table. You can create your own data type, that is user defined type, using the structure. Or we can say a structure is a collection of different types of data type. How? Because see, the data type of roll number is integer, city would be character or string, again name and city both will be the same data type, then marks would be either integer or float, but it is better to take an integer data type when you are working with the structure. That is the concept. Again integer, percentage I am going to take as a float data type. Similarly, for the employee, you can define different types of data type. So in such situation, we can say that a structure is nothing but it is a user defined data type, as well as when you want to get the collection of fields, at that time you can use the concept of structure. With the same structure name, you can access the variables which is declared inside the structure. So this is the theory part which we have discussed yet. Now how to create a structure, or we can say what is the syntax of structure. The struct keyword, then name of structure, student is a name of user defined structure. Then two opening and closing bracket. At the end of closing bracket you need to put a semicolon. Then list of variables related with the defined structure. Here what you need to put inside the structure, you just need to put the list of variable, that is integer RNO, then M1, M2, M3, total, float percentage, character, NM of 25 or city of 25. In this way you can work with the structure. This is the syntax of structure. Structure keyword, then name of the structure. Here we have used or we have defined the student structure, so we have used student, then opening bracket, closing bracket, semicolon. At that time you need to insert in between opening and closing bracket, you need to define list of variables which is related with this particular structure. So structure is a different type, it is a collection of different types of data type. Now let us implement our first program in the Turbo C++ editor. Example of structure. We need to include two header file, iostream.h and conio.h. Void main. We are going to write a structure, but let me define the structure of void main, then I am going to write and define the code related with the structure. After the header file, what we need to write, we just need to write struct keyword. Then I want to define structure employee, that's why I have used EMP. Then two opening and closing bracket of structure. Don't forget to put semicolon at the end of structure, that is in the syntax. So you must need to put a semicolon after the completion of structure. Now in structure employee I want to write integer number, then character NM of 15, then float salary. Now what to do? Now we need to assign the value of number, name and salary. So for that you need to write the structure keyword, then name of the structure, then you need to create the variable of that particular structure, and with the help of that variable of structure you are able to access whatever the variable you have declared inside the structure, you can access it outside the structure. So let me define the variable of structure using structure keyword, then name of the structure, then variable e1 equals to. Now you need to pass your data in the sequence. That means for the integer number I am going to pass 1, for the character NM I am going to pass the Rahul, and for salary I am going to pass 5,000. Now when I perform or when this line is executed, at that time e1.number contains 1, e1.nm contains Rahul and e1.salary contains 5,000. But you need to remember the syntax of structure. You can define structure with the struct keyword, then name of the structure, opening and closing bracket, don't forget to put semicolon, then integer number, character name, float salary, void main, clear screen, structure keywords. You can copy this line and you can paste it over here, and you just need to create the variable of structure. With the help of creation of this structure variable, you are able to access whatever the variable you have declared inside the structure. You can access it. So I have passed the data over here. I have passed 1, which is going to store in the even dot number. See, remember one thing, I cannot write number variable directly over here. Why? Because nobody knows that what is number. To access the values which is stored inside the number variable, you just need to declare it with the even dot number. So this thing you need to keep in your mind, that I cannot access number, name and salary variable directly outside that structure. Instead of that, I just need to create the variable of that particular structure, and after creating the variable of that structure, I am able to access even dot number, even dot name and even dot salary. But right now I have passed the data directly with the help of 2 curly brackets. If the data would be of character data type, at that time you just need to pass that data in between double quotation. Suppose your data would be in the point, at that time you can pass it with double after point, you can pass the data in this way. And right now I am going to pass salary 5,000, that's why I have used like this. And then you can pass the data related with the integer data type. Now suppose I want to print this data, that is 1 Rahul and 5,000. I want to print on the screen. Then you can do it in this way. Cout \n employee detail is, then semicolon, again cout \n number is. I am going to concat 2 values, even dot number. You can concat your string in this way using double less than operator. See over here, I have used even dot number. Why? Because with the help of variable of that structure, I am able to access the variable declared inside the structure. So you need to use even dot number. Then cout \n name is. How name is going to access? Even dot name. And last point, cout \n salary is, and even dot salary. Let me save the given program. You just need to create the unit 2 folder inside the bin folder. I am storing directly. I am going to give program number 1. This is the unit number 2. So you need to create folder, whether you can create chapter 2 or unit 2. Inside that folder, this is the program number 1.cpp, which is related with the structure. Right? Now let me run the given code. See, the employee detail is, number is 1, name is Rahul and salary is 5,000. So this is the first way to store the data to a structure variable, using this way. This is called when you declare the variable of structure, or when you create the variable of structure, at the same time you are storing the data inside the structure. See, here I have not mentioned that this one I need to store inside the even dot number, but from your data it will directly store whatever the data you have passed it in between these two curly brackets. So you need to be careful. Here I have not, this is the first way to pass the data into the structure. Now the second way to pass the data inside the structure, let me create one new program. Example of structure. We are going to perform 3 practicals based on the structure. I am going to show you 3 different ways to pass the values inside the structure. So first way we have already seen, we just defined the structure before the void main and after the has include files. After that I have used structure keyword, then name of the structure and then variable of the structure, and I have passed the values of that variable at the time of declaration of variable of structure only, right? So that is the first way. Now this is the second way, has include iostream.h, has include conio.h. Now let me create the structure first. Again I am going to take the same example, that is structure employee, integer no, character nm of 15 and float salary. Now it is time for the void main. CLR ACR, you can copy the previous program and paste it, or you can save as the file because there is a minor changes in the program. See what we people do in our previous program. We are going to define the structure emp e1 equals to what? 1, then Rahul, and then 5000. I will tell you the correction and changes which we need to perform in this program, but let me write whatever the code we have mentioned in previous program, the same code you need to write over here. Employee detail is cout \n, number is e1 dot number, cout \n, name is e1 dot nm, cout \n, salary is e1 dot salary. Now see, this is the first program only. I have not make any changes yet, right? This is the first program. Similarly we have developed the second program. Now what would be the correction? You just need to cut this line and you need to put it after the curly bracket and before the semicolon. I need to paste it, right? And let me delete the given code. So this is the second way to pass the data to the structure. How can I pass? When I create the structure, at that time only, after completion of that structure, I am going to create the variable of that structure, that is e1, then equals to, then different types of values. So this is the second way. Now see, if I want to, let me save the given code first, F2, program number 2, but you need to store all these programs inside the unit number 2. Don't forget to separate the folders, right? Now let me run the given code. See, output would be same for all three programs, but the execution would be different. How? Whatever the data which we have passed in the program number 1, that would be inside the void main. So we need to use structure employee. But see, this even is related with employee only. So here no need to write structure employee etc. Why? Because at the time of declaration of structure only, I am going to define the variable of structure and I am going to pass the values of the structure. Now consider the situation where I want to pass the second value to this structure. How can I pass? I just put a comma in between, then E2 equals to second Radha 6000 bracket over. So here I have created second value of structure, that is E2. So suppose I want to access 2, right? At that time E2 dot number, using E2 dot number I am able to access this 2. Using E2 dot nm it will print Radha, and using E2 dot salary it will print 6000. So again let me copy this code and let me paste it down. Here I have used double backslash n, so it will put 2 lines in between, and here I need to make a changes, that is E2 dot nm and E2 dot salary. Now let me run the given code. See over here, you are having 2 datas or 2 records which is related with the employee table. So in this way you can pass different values. Now let me take one new program, which is our last program of today's session. We will see the third example, or how to pass the third way of inserting data into the structure. Include iostream.h has include conio.h. Now structure employee, structure would be same for all the 3 programs, integer number, character nm of 15 and float salary. Now let me write void main. In void main CLR SCR and get CH. Now see, we are going to see the third way, right? So what I need to do, I need to use struct keyword because I have used structure outside the structure. Suppose here I am going to pass the data, at that time no need to specify it with the structure keyword because it is a part of structure only. But when you are going to declare, or when you want to use this variable outside the structure, or we can say inside void main, at that time you need to define in this way: structure keyword, then name of the structure, E1. Now see, I have used E1 dot number equals to 1. In this way also I can store the values. E1 dot nm for, remember one thing, here I need to use strcpy function. Why? Because I want to store the character data. So strcpy, then in which I want to store the data, that is E1.nm. Which data I want to store inside the E1.nm, that is Rahul. E1.salary equals to 5000. Let me clear this line once again. The Rahul is a character data, so it is better to use strcpy function. Strcpy function is such kind of function which is going to store the data, the string data into the variable. So this is the e1.nm in which you are going to store the Rahul. So it is similar to the e1.nm equals to Rahul, right? But here I have used strcpy function to store the data inside the variable. So this is the third way you can access or you can store the data inside the function structure variable, right? Now here I have used strcpy function, right? So for that I need to include string.h. Why? Because this function is declared inside the string.h. So without including string.h file, you are not able to use the strcpy function. So prototype error would be there if you forgot to include string.h file, right? So I have used the string.h because here I have used function strcpy. Now whatever the lines which we have written in our previous programs, that you can copy over here, and employee detail is cout \n, roll number is RNO not, it is not RNO, we have taken NO because we have taken the structure employee. So this is not roll number, we have to write the number is, then \n, name is nm. Here we need to use e1.number and e1.name because that is the part of structure. So we cannot directly use NO or NM, right? So I have used e1.number, e1.name, and here I want to print the salary. So e1.salary. So this would be the changes: e1.number, e1.name, and e1.salary. Here I have used strcpy. That's why you need to include header file string.h. Now let me save the given file, program number 3. Yes, I want to overwrite. Now control F9. See the output. As I have told you that output would be same for all the 3 programs, right? So the way which we are using, which we are going to pass the data, that would be different in all the 3 programs. In first program, well, when we define the variable e1, at that time only I have passed this data. At that time I have not specified e1.number, e1.name, e1.salary. But by using double curly brackets, I have passed the values inside the structure. In our second program, we have passed the data with the structure definition only. So here e1 equals to 1, Rahul and salary would be passed. In that program, I have also shown the example that suppose I want to store the values of second record, right? At that time you can also do it with the comma. But when you access that data, at that time you need to apply e2.number, e2.name, and e2.salary. In our third program, this is the third program. here I have given the fixed value that e1 dot number equals to 1. So 1 is going to store inside the e1, Rahul is going to store inside the e1 dot nm, and salary e1 dot salary contains 5000, and this is the lines which is related with the printing or for the output. In the same program, let me see, suppose I want to take a data from the user, or we can say this input I want to perform from the keyboard, right? So for that, let me apply the comment line over here. These three lines I am going to put in the comment line, and when you write this program into the journal, at that time in the same program, that is p3.cpp, right? In this program only, you just need to apply comment line in these three lines, and you can check it using cout enter number, cin e1 dot number, cout enter name, cin e1 dot nm, and cout enter salary, cin e1 dot salary. So in this way also you can get the data, or you can input the values from the user. Let me save and run the given code. Number is 1, employee name is Rahul, and salary is 5000. So over here you can see that the data would be collected from the keyboard, or we can say from the user, and based on your data you can enter any data over here, but we have taken the records of first, that's why I have inputted that values. Otherwise you can input any records in that. So this is all about the programs which are related with the concept of structure, and we have seen three different ways, or we can say approx 4 different ways to input values inside the structure. The first program is related with the structure declaration in the void main, as well as whatever the data we have passed inside the void main only. After that we have used and passed our data over here. After that, this is the third way, we have passed our data at a time of void main. Here I have defined the structure variable, here I have passed the values into the structure variable. When you are going to use strcpy function, it is going to copy your string in the e1.nm, and for the use of strcpy you must include header file string.h, otherwise prototype error would be generated. You just need to put a comment line in these three lines, and you need to write the code in the same program, that is p3.c++. In that you can take, or you can collect the data of structure from the user, or we can say keyboard, and you can put it inside the cout and cin. So these three programs you need to perform today. Let me share the notepad file of all the three programs. Example of structure, three variables we have declared: structure keyword, name of structure, variable of structure, and values I have passed with the same line. In our second program, you just need to cut this line and paste it over here, and you need to remove these two keywords. In our, see, this is the second program. Only changes would be of this line, and the third program would be of structure. You need to include header file string.h so that you can use strcpy function, and you can collect your data from the user also. In this way you can collect it, and this code you need to write in the same file, that is program. Here I have used 3.cpp. You need to write p3.c++, and you need to store your program inside the chapter number 2 or unit number 2. Let me scroll down the given file. In this way you can print the values of structure. So in today's session we have studied 3 programs related with the structure. In our next session we are going to see the difference between structure and classes, and we will start with the concept of C++ only. So in our next video I am going to share the information regarding classes and object. Thank you all.